Life is an unpredictable journey, full of twists and turns, joys and sorrows, and countless lessons waiting to be learned. Often we wander through life without a manual, navigating challenges and seizing fleeting moments of happiness. The journey where every step, whether small or significant, shapes who we are and what we become. At the core of this experience is our personal growth, learning from mistakes, savoring successes, and constantly evolving. Along the way, we meet people who change us, face obstacles that test us, and make decisions that define us. This journey of self-discovery is not about finding a definitive answer, but rather about embracing the process, understanding ourselves better, and living authentically. As you read these reflections on life, personal growth, relationships, and resilience, allow yourself to dive deeper into each thought. These aren't just mere words, but are intended to inspire change, provoke introspection, and push you toward a more fulfilled existence. Remember, life doesn't come with a roadmap, but it does offer lessons that, if learned, can lead to the most meaningful version of your story. 1. Personal growth. The foundation of a fulfilling life. We all have untapped potential waiting to be explored, yet many never take the time to truly discover what they are capable of. Personal growth is a lifelong journey, and every day it offers a new opportunity to become better, push past limits, and to grow in ways you never imagined. Every rejection you face is not a setback, but a redirection. It is life's way of telling you that there is something better ahead. The key to unlocking this potential is realizing that while you cannot control everything or everyone, you have full control over yourself. And mastering that control is far more valuable than trying to manipulate the world around you. One of the greatest challenges in life is accepting that things could have turned out differently. But that doesn't necessarily mean they would have been better. The story of your life is yours to write. Do not hand the pen to anyone else. The beauty of life is that some of the most amazing moments are yet to come. So continue moving forward, optimism, and self-belief. Your journey is far from over. As you reflect on your personal growth, recognize that some of the greatest opportunities for transformation arise from adversity. When you are in a dark place, it might feel as though you are buried, but in reality, you are being planted. This perspective shift can turn moments of despair into powerful experiences of rebirth and growth. 2. Relationships. Love, friendship, and genuine connection. In the grand scheme of life, relationships form the foundation of our emotional well-being. Yet we often fall into the trap of seeking validation from others, believing that their approval is essential to our happiness. True fulfillment comes not from external validation, from within. You don't need to say yes to everyone just to make them comfortable. Protect your own peace, and you will find that life becomes more manageable. The most meaningful relationships are those where love flows freely in both directions, where there is mutual respect, trust, and understanding. If you have to beg for love or acceptance, then it is not the love you deserve. There is immense power in knowing your worth. Once you realize that you deserve the best, you will never again settle for less. In relationships, whether romantic or platonic, always stay true to who you are. Keep your personal life private, for it is in those quiet moments of solitude that you will find the greatest peace and content. Life often places us in situations where we feel buried by the weight of rejection or loss. However, those dark moments are not the end. They are the fertile soil from which new beginnings can grow. Like a seed planted in the earth, you will rise again, stronger and more resilient than ever before. Key to thriving in relationships is understanding that you are enough as you are. Don't chase after temporary connections or shallow relationships. Focus on nurturing meaningful bonds with people who appreciate you for who you are, not what you can give them. 3. Financial wisdom. Mastering the art of money management. Money is a powerful tool, but it is not the key to happiness. Learning how to manage your finances wisely can make the difference between a life of stress and a life of freedom. However, it's crucial to remember that while money can buy comfort, it cannot buy the things that matter most: time, love, and peace of mind. Spend your money on the things that truly add value to your life. But above all, spend your time on the things that money can't buy. Time is the most precious resource you have, and once it's gone, it can never be replaced. Prioritize experiences that enrich your soul, relationships that bring you joy, and activities that align with your passions. One of the most important lessons in financial management is knowing the difference between wants and needs. Small leaks in your finances, like unnecessary expenses, can sink even the greatest ships. Be mindful of where your money goes and always strive to live within your means. That said, don't let financial worries consume your life. There is always a way forward, even when it seems like money is tight. Cultivate a mindset of abundance and remember that wealth is not just measured in dollars, but in the quality of your life and the richness of your experiences. By learning to manage your finances wisely, you are not just securing your future, but also freeing yourself to live more fully in the present. Financial stability gives you the freedom to pursue your dreams, take risks, and to live life on your own terms. 4. Facing adversity. Overcoming life's challenges. Life is never without its challenges, and every person must face their own share of struggles. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't lies in their ability to endure hardship and keep moving forward. When everything seems to be going wrong and your dreams are crumbling, it's easy to feel defeated. But it's important to remember that failure is not the end. In fact, failure is often the beginning of something greater. Each setback is an opportunity to learn, grow, and come back stronger. Life's greatest successes are often born from its darkest moment. The times when you feel like giving up are the moments that define your character. It's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get back up. In facing adversity, patience is key. Great things take time, and sometimes the only way to succeed is to keep trying, even when it feels like you're not making progress. The road to success is never a straight path, but those who persist will eventually reach their destination. It's also important to recognize that not every battle is worth fighting. Choose your battles wisely and learn to let go of things that are beyond your control. Sometimes the greatest strength lies in knowing when to walk away. 5. Living authentically. Finding balance and happiness. To live an authentic life is to be true to yourself in all circumstances. It means not bending to the expectations of others or conforming to societal pressures. Instead, it is about listening to your inner voice and following the path that feels right for you. Living authentically requires courage. It means standing firm in your beliefs and values, even when they go against the grain. It means prioritizing your mental and emotional well-being over the opinions of others. When you live for yourself rather than for the approval of others, you find true freedom. At the heart of authenticity is self-love. To love yourself is to accept yourself as you are, flaws and all. It is recognizing that you are enough, just as you are, and that you don't need to change to fit into someone else's idea of who you should be. One of the greatest lessons you can learn in life is that you cannot please everyone. No matter how hard you try, there will always be people who don't like you or who criticize your choices. But their opinions don't define you. What matters most is that you are happy with the person you are becoming. As you continue on your journey, remember that life is not about reaching a final destination. It's about the experiences you have along the way, the lessons you learn, and the person you grow into. Embrace every moment, every challenge, and every triumph, for they are all part of the beautiful journey. 6. Embracing change. Only constant in life. Change is one of the few certainties in life. It is inevitable, unpredictable, and sometimes unwelcome. Yet, it is also the driving force behind growth and progress. Those who resist change often find themselves trapped in stagnation, while those who embrace it discover new possibilities and opportunities. Many of us fear change because it brings with it the unknown. We become comfortable with the familiar, even when it no longer serves us. But change is not something to be feared. It is a natural part of life that allows us to evolve, adapt, and become stronger. Instead of resisting it, we should learn to flow with it, accepting that every change, no matter how difficult, brings a lesson with it. Think about the seasons. Just as nature transitions from the warmth of summer to the chill of winter, our lives go through cycles of growth, rest, and renewal. Each phase serves a purpose, and without change, there would be no room for new growth. The same applies to our personal life. We must shed old habits, beliefs, and patterns in order to make way for something new. It is important to understand that not all changes are easy, and some may bring pain or discomfort. However, it is in these moments of discomfort we are most likely to grow. Pain is often a signal that something needs to shift, and by facing it head-on, we can transform it into a catalyst for positive change. For example, when a relationship ends, it may feel like the end of the world at the time. But over time, many people realize that it was a necessary change that allowed them to rediscover themselves, pursue new interests, or find a more compatible partner. Similarly, losing a job can be devastating in the short term, but it often opens the door to new career opportunities or personal projects that may have otherwise been overlooked. To truly embrace change, we must cultivate resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, keep moving forward despite the challenges we face. It is not about avoiding pain or hardship, but about learning how to navigate it with grace and courage. With resilience, we can turn obstacles into stepping stones, using each setback as an opportunity to grow stronger. Change also requires flexibility. The more rigid we are in our thinking and our expectations, the harder it is to adapt when life throws us a curveball. Flexibility allows us to adjust our sails when the wind shifts, ensuring that we stay on course even when the conditions are less than ideal. It is about being open to new ideas, perspectives, and possibilities, rather than clinging to the way things should be. Ultimately, embracing change means embracing life itself. Life is dynamic, ever-evolving, and full of surprises. By accepting this reality, we free ourselves from the fear of the unknown and open ourselves up to the infinite possibilities that change brings. Number 7. The power of gratitude, finding joy in every moment. Gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions we can cultivate. It has the ability to shift our perspective, elevate our mood, and transform the way we experience life. Yet, in the hustle and bustle of daily life, it is easy to overlook the simple things that bring us joy and comfort. We often get caught up in what we don't have or what's going wrong. But by shifting our focus to what we do have, we can find peace and contentment, even the most challenging circumstance. Gratitude is not about denying the difficulties of life, but about recognizing that even in the midst of hardship, there is always something to be thankful. Start by appreciating the small things. The warmth of the sun on your face, the sound of birds singing in the morning, smell of fresh coffee. These are all moments of beauty that we often take for granted. By bringing your attention to these simple pleasures, you can cultivate a sense of wonder and joy in your everyday life. Gratitude also helps us build stronger relationships. When we express gratitude to others, we strengthen our connections with them and foster a sense of mutual appreciation. Whether it's a heartfelt thank you for a kind gesture or a note of appreciation for someone's support, expressing gratitude can deepen the bonds we share with those around us. Moreover, gratitude has been scientifically proven to improve mental and physical health. Studies have shown that people who practice gratitude regularly experience lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. They also tend to have better sleep, stronger immune systems, and a greater sense of overall well-being. In times of adversity, gratitude can be a lifeline. It reminds us that even though things may be tough, there is still good in the world. It shifts our focus away from what is lacking to what is abundant. By practicing gratitude, we cultivate a mindset of abundance, which in turn attracts more positivity into our lives. One way to practice gratitude is by keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, take a few moments to write down 3 things you are grateful for. They don't have to be big or significant. Sometimes the smallest blessings are the most meaningful. Over time, you'll notice a shift in your mindset as you begin to see the world through the lens of gratitude. Another way to practice gratitude is through mindfulness. When you are fully present in the moment, you are more likely to notice the beauty and goodness around you. Mindfulness allows you to savor each experience, whether it's a conversation with a friend, a meal, or a walk in nature. By being present, you open yourself up to the richness of life, and gratitude naturally follows. At its core, gratitude is about shifting from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. It is about recognizing that life is a gift, and that even in the most difficult times, there is always something to be thankful. By cultivating gratitude, you can transform your outlook on life and find joy in every moment. 8. The importance of self-care. Nurturing your mind, body, and spirit. In our fast-paced world, self-care is often neglected in favor of productivity and achievement. We push ourselves to the limit, believing that success comes from hard work and sacrifice. But without taking care of ourselves, we risk burnout, exhaustion, and even illness. Self-care is not a luxury. It is a necessity. It is the foundation of a healthy and fulfilling life. When we neglect our own needs, we are not only doing ourselves a disservice, but we are also limiting our ability to show up fully for others. Self-care comes in many forms, from physical care to mental and emotional well-being. It's about listening to your body and giving it what it needs, whether that's rest, nourishment, movement, or relaxation. It's about taking time to nurture your mind for activities like reading, journaling, or meditating. And it's about tending to your emotional and spiritual needs by connecting with yourself, your loved ones, and the world around you. One of the most important aspects of self-care is setting boundaries. It's easy to say yes to everything and everyone, but doing so often leads to overwhelm and stress. Learning to say no when necessary is an act of self-love. It allows you to protect your energy and prioritize what truly matters. Self-care also means allowing yourself to rest. In a culture that glorifies busyness, taking time to rest can feel indulgent or even lazy. But rest is essential for your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. It is during moments of rest that your body heals, your mind recharges, and your spirit is rejuvenated. In addition to rest, self-care includes practices that bring you joy and fulfillment. Whether it's a hobby, a creative project, or simply spending time with loved ones, doing things that nourish your soul is a vital part of self-care. These activities not only bring happiness, but they also help you stay connected to your true self. Self-care is also about recognizing when you need help. It's okay to ask for support when you're feeling overwhelmed or struggling. Whether it's seeking guidance from a therapist, confiding in a friend, or simply taking time for yourself, reaching out for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Ultimately, self-care is about creating balance in your life. It's about making sure that your needs are met so that you can show up fully in all areas of your life. By taking care of yourself, you are not only enhancing your own well-being, but you are also becoming a better partner, friend, parent, and colleague. 9. Power of mindset. Shaping your reality. Your mindset is one of the most powerful tools you have. It shapes your perception of the world, influences your decisions, and determines the course of your life. A positive, growth-oriented mindset can lead to success, happiness, and fulfillment, while a negative, fixed mindset can limit your potential and hold you back. The way you think about yourself and your abilities has a direct impact on your action. If you believe that you are capable of achieving great things, you will be more likely to take risks, pursue opportunities, and overcome obstacles. On the other hand, you doubt yourself or believe that your abilities are fixed, you may shy away from challenges and miss out on opportunities for growth. One of the most important aspects of mindset is the belief in your ability to change and improve. This is known as a growth mindset, a term coined by psychologist Carol Dweck. People with a growth mindset believe that their abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. They see challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, rather than as threats to their self-worth. A fixed mindset, on the other hand, is the belief that abilities and intelligence are static traits, cannot be changed. People with a fixed mindset are more likely to avoid challenges, give up easily, and feel threatened by the success of others. They may also be more focused on proving themselves than on improving themselves. The good news is that mindset is not fixed, can be changed. By becoming aware of your thought patterns and actively working to shift them, you can cultivate a more positive and growth-oriented mindset. This can lead to greater resilience, creativity, and success in all areas of life. 10. The role of failure. Turning setbacks into stepping stones. Failure is an inevitable part of life. No matter how hard you try to avoid it, at some point, you will experience failure in some form. But rather than viewing failure as a dead end, it is crucial to recognize it as a stepping stone to success. Each setback carries within it a lesson, an opportunity to grow, and a chance to improve. Many of the most successful people in the world attribute their achievements not their victories, but to their failure. They understand that failure is not a reflection of their worth or potential, but a natural part of the learning process. Every time you fall short of your goals, you are given a gift, the opportunity to reflect, to adjust your approach, and to try again with greater knowledge and determination. Consider the story of Thomas Edison. one of the greatest inventors in history. When asked about the thousands of failed attempts he made before successfully inventing the light bulb, Edison famously replied, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This mindset exemplifies the importance of resilience in the face of failure. Each failure was not a defeat, but a step closer to achieving his ultimate goal. The key to turning failure into success lies in how you respond to it. When faced with a setback, you give up, or do you use it as motivation to keep going? Do you let failure define you, or do you see it as an opportunity to redefine yourself? The way you perceive and react to failure can make all the difference in your journey. Failure also teaches humility. It reminds us that we are not infallible and that we all have room for growth. When we fail, we are forced to confront our weaknesses and limitations, but we are also given the chance to strengthen those areas, become more resilient. Failure humbles us, but it also empowers us to rise again, stronger and more determined than before. It's important to remember that failure is not permanent. It is a temporary state you can move through with persistence and effort. In fact, many of life's most valuable lessons come from the mistakes we make. Without failure, there would be no innovation, no creativity, and no progress. Failure is the birthplace of success. In practical terms, failure can help us fine-tune our strategies and approaches. For example, if you're working on a project and it doesn't go as planned, failure gives you the opportunity to analyze what went wrong and what can be improved. It allows you to approach the situation from a different angle and come back with a stronger, more effective plan. In relationships, failure can also be a catalyst for growth. Sometimes relationships end because we weren't the best version of ourselves, or because we didn't fully understand what we needed or wanted. But through these experiences, we learn valuable lessons about ourselves and others, lessons that we can carry into future relationships to make them more fulfilling and successful. Ultimately, failure is not something to fear, something to embrace. It is through our failures that we learn, grow, and become the people we are meant to be. So the next time you encounter failure, remember that it is not the end of the road. It is just a detour on the path to success. 11. The importance of resilience. Bouncing back. Stronger. Resilience is the ability to withstand adversity and come back stronger than before. It is the mental, emotional, and physical fortitude that allows us to face life's challenges head-on and emerge with newfound strength. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulties, but about learning how to navigate them with grace, courage, perseverance. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and resilience is the quality that helps us weather the storm. It allows us to adapt to changing circumstances, overcome setbacks, and keep moving forward, even when the going gets tough. Resilience is not something we are born with. It is something we develop over time through our experiences and our choices. One of the most important aspects of resilience is the ability to maintain perspective. When we are faced with challenges, it is easy to become overwhelmed and lose sight of the bigger picture. But resilience teaches us to step back, take a deep breath, and remind ourselves that this too shall pass. No matter how difficult the situation may seem, it is temporary, and we have the strength to get through it. Resilience also requires a growth mindset. When we approach challenges with the belief that we can learn, grow, and improve, we are better equipped to handle adversity. Instead of seeing obstacles as insurmountable barriers, we see them as opportunities to develop new skills, gain valuable insights, and build character. Cultivating resilience also involves taking care of our mental and emotional health. Stress, anxiety, and fear can take a toll on our resilience, making it harder to cope with challenges. That's why it's important to practice self-care, build a support network, and develop healthy coping mechanisms. Whether it's through mindfulness, exercise, or spending time with loved ones, taking care of your mental and emotional well-being is essential, building resilience. Another key component of resilience is flexibility. Life rarely goes according to plan, and those who are able to adapt to change are more likely to thrive in the face of adversity. Flexibility allows us to pivot when necessary, to adjust our goals and expectations, and to keep moving forward even when the path ahead is uncertain. In addition to flexibility, resilience also requires patience. Success and recovery often take time, and resilience teaches us to trust the process. Whether you're healing from a difficult experience or working towards a long-term goal, patience allows you to stay the course, even when progress seems slow. Resilience is also about learning from our past experiences. Each time we face a challenge, we gain valuable insights into our own strengths and weaknesses. By reflecting on past experiences, we can develop a deeper understanding of what works for us and what doesn't. This self-awareness is crucial for building resilience, as it allows us to approach future challenges with greater wisdom and confidence. One of the most powerful aspects of resilience is its ripple effect. When we demonstrate resilience, we inspire others to do the same. Whether it's in our personal relationships, workplaces, or our communities, resilience has the power to uplift those around us. By modeling resilience, we create a culture of strength, perseverance, and hope. In a world that is constantly changing and full of uncertainty, resilience is one of the most important qualities we can cultivate. It allows us to navigate life's ups and downs with grace, keep moving forward in the face of adversity, and to emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever before. 12. Authenticity. Courage to be yourself. In a world that often pressures us to conform, authenticity is a rare and valuable trait. It takes courage to be true to yourself, to stand firm in your values, and to live according to your own principles, even when it means going against the grain. But living authentically is one of the most fulfilling ways to live, as it allows you to connect with yourself and others on a deeper, more meaningful level. Authenticity means being honest with yourself and others about who you are, what you believe in, and what you stand for. It means not wearing masks to fit in, pretending to be someone you're not. When you live authentically, you are able to show up fully in all areas of your life, without fear of judgment or rejection. One of the biggest challenges to living authentically is the fear of what others might think. We all want to be liked and accepted, and sometimes this desire for approval can lead us to compromise our values or hide parts of ourselves. But true fulfillment comes from being accepted for who you truly are, not for who you pretend to be. When you live authentically, you attract people who appreciate you for your real self, not for the version of you that you think they want to see. Living authentically also means being true to your passions and purpose. It's easy to get caught up in the expectations of society or the opinions of others. When you follow your own path, you experience a sense of freedom and joy that is unmatched. Whether it's in your career, your relationships, or your hobby, living authentically allows you to pursue what truly matters to you, rather than what others expect of you. Authenticity also fosters deeper connections with others. When you are open and honest about who you are, you create space for others to do the same. Authenticity encourages vulnerability and vulnerability is what allows us to form genuine, meaningful relationships. It is through these relationships that we find true support, love, and belonging. However, living authentically does not mean being perfect. It means embracing your flaws, owning your mistakes, and being okay with the fact that you are a work in progress. Authenticity is about being real, not being flawless. It's about showing up as you are, all your strengths and weaknesses, being comfortable in your own skin. Living authentically also requires self-awareness. It's important to take the time to reflect on your values, your desires, and your goals. What do you stand for? What do you want out of life? What makes you feel alive? By gaining clarity on these questions, you can live a life that is aligned with your true self, rather than one that is dictated by external pressures or expectation. One of the greatest gifts of authenticity is the peace that comes with it. When you live authentically, you no longer feel the need to prove yourself or seek validation from others. You are able to trust yourself, follow your intuition, and live with confidence and conviction. Authenticity brings with it a sense of freedom. Freedom to be yourself, pursue your passions, and to live life on your own terms. 13. The pursuit of happiness. Creating a life of meaning and joy. Happiness is something we all strive for, but it is often misunderstood. Many people believe that happiness comes from external sources, money, success, possessions, or relationships. But true happiness is not something that can be bought or achieved. It is something that comes from within, from living a life that is aligned with your values, your passions, and your purpose. Pursuit of happiness is not about chasing fleeting pleasures or avoiding discomfort. It is about cultivating a deep sense of contentment and fulfillment, regardless of your external circumstance. It is about finding meaning and purpose in your everyday life, and about nurturing relationships that bring you joy and connection. One of the most important aspects of happiness is gratitude. When you focus on what you have, rather than what you lack, you create a mindset of abundance and appreciation. Gratitude allows you to savor the small moments, find joy in the simple things, to recognize the beauty that surrounds you every day. It shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present, and in doing so, opens the door to greater happiness. Another key to happiness is living in the present moment. So often we get caught up in worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, and we miss the joy that is available to us right now. By practicing mindfulness and staying present, we can fully experience the richness of life without being distracted by regrets or anxieties. Happiness is also about connection. Human beings are social creatures, and our relationships play a central role in our well-being. Whether it's with friends, family, or partners, meaningful connections bring us joy, support, and a sense of belonging. It's important to nurture these relationships, to invest time and energy into the people who matter most, and to cultivate a sense of community and love. At the same time, happiness also requires boundaries. It's important to protect your own well-being and to recognize that not all relationships are healthy or fulfilling. Sometimes, the pursuit of happiness involves letting go of toxic relationships or situations that no longer serve you. By setting boundaries and prioritizing your own needs, you create space for happiness to flourish. 14. Art of letting go. Finding freedom in release. One of the most profound lessons life teaches us is the art of letting go. Whether it's letting go of past mistakes, unhealthy relationships, or unmet expectations, the ability to release what no longer serves us is essential for personal growth and happiness. Holding on to things that weigh us down, and prevent us from moving forward and reaching our full potential. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or pretending something didn't happen. It's about accepting the reality of a situation and choosing not to let it control you anymore. This process can be challenging, especially when emotions like anger, sadness, or regret are involved. However, it is through this release that we find peace and freedom. Take, for instance, past mistakes. We often carry guilt or shame long after the mistake itself has been resolved. This self-blame can be paralyzing, preventing us from making new decisions or taking risks. Once you acknowledge the mistake, learn from it, and let it go, you open yourself up to new opportunities and a brighter future. Same applies to relationships. Not every connection is meant to last forever, and that's okay. Sometimes we hold on to people out of fear of being alone, or because we think things will eventually change. But clinging to a relationship that has run its course only leads to pain and disappointment. Letting go doesn't mean you didn't care or that the relationship wasn't meaningful. It means you've recognized that it's time to move forward and allow space for something new to enter your life. Expectations can also be a heavy burden to carry. We often set high expectations for ourselves and others, which can lead to disappointment when things don't turn out the way we envision. Letting go of rigid expectations allows you to embrace life as it unfolds, with all its unpredictability and imperfection. When you release the need for control, you allow yourself to experience life's beauty in its most authentic form. One powerful way to practice letting go is through mindfulness. By focusing on the present moment, you can gently let go of worries about the past or anxieties about the future. Meditation, journaling, or simply taking a few deep breaths can help you release tension and bring your awareness back to the here and now. It's important to remember that letting go is a process, not a one-time event. It takes time, self-compassion, and patience. But as you gradually release the things that no longer serve you, you'll find that your heart feels lighter, your mind clearer, and your path forward more open. 15. Power of purpose. Living a life of meaning. At the heart of every fulfilling life is a sense of purpose. Purpose gives us direction, motivates us to keep going even when times are tough, and connects us to something greater than ourselves. Whether it's through our work, our relationships, or our passions, having a sense of purpose brings depth and meaning to our daily lives. Finding your purpose can be a lifelong journey. For some, it's clear from an early age. They know exactly what they want to do and why. For others, purpose evolves over time, shaped by experiences, challenges, and personal growth. The important thing is not to rush the process or compare your path to others. Your purpose is uniquely yours, and it will reveal itself in its own time. Purpose is not necessarily tied to a grand or lofty goal. It can be as simple as being a good parent, helping others in your community, or pursuing a passion that brings you joy. What matters is that your purpose aligns with your values and brings a sense of fulfillment. When you are living in alignment with your purpose, you feel a sense of flow. Everything seems to fall into place, and even challenges become opportunities for growth. Living with purpose also means being intentional about your action. Each day presents countless choices, and when you have a clear sense of purpose, those choices become easier to make. You're less likely to be swayed by distractions or external pressures because you know what's important to you and why. One way to discover or deepen your sense of purpose is by reflecting on the things that make you feel most alive. What activities bring you joy? What causes or values do you feel passionately about? What kind of impact do you want to have on the world? By answering these questions, you can begin to identify the threads of purpose that run through your life. Purpose gives you a reason to get out of bed each morning. It gives your life structure and meaning, even in times of uncertainty or hardship. When you live with purpose, you are not just going through the motion. You are actively creating a life that reflects who you are and what matters most to you. As you continue on your journey, remember that purpose is not a destination, but a way of being. It's about living each day with intention, passion, and a deep connection to your inner values. In doing so, you will find that life becomes not just something to be endured, something to be celebrated and embraced with open arms.